Hey there, folks. Welcome into the News 12 Fastcast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Proto. It's 11:50 here on our Tuesday, August 12th. We're just hours away now from Richmond County school board members deciding on the next school superintendent. They started the school year with Dr. Melinda Cobb as the interim superintendent. She is one of the two finalists, along with Dr. Keith Simmons. Now we've got your Cameron Jacobs standing by now live in our station. So, Cameron, what do we know about these two finalists?
Well, Nick, I think the anticipation is growing by the minute as we're counting down to this afternoon when we find out who the new superintendent is going to be. Real quick, though, we will go over who our finalists are. First up, we got Dr. Melinda Cobb, who's actually the interim superintendent as of right now. She has also been inside the school district the last 24 years. Working her way up from a teacher to a principal, she has also spent the last decade working on the superintendent's cabinet. Now over to Dr. Keith Simmons. Currently, he is a part-time instructor at the University of Georgia. He's a former superintendent from the Griffin-Spalding school system. Simmons has also spent time as a chief of staff to the Bibb County School District, and he himself is also a former principal. Now, whoever it is that does become the new superintendent is coming in a little bit of a high note. Coming from last October, we spoke with Dr. Melinda Cobb, and she let us know the ACT scores were up about 3%. So we're going to continue to stay on your guys' side with this until the decision is made. Nick?
Yeah, you have to think that may work in Dr. Cobb's favor, being with the school district for so many years, seeing that upward trend, or they may just want to go a different direction and bring somebody in from the outside. So it'll be interesting to see which side they take on that. Cameron Jacobs live for us this morning. Thanks for that update there, Cameron. Another big decision coming out of Augusta today. Commissioners are set to decide what will be on SPLOST 9. That is a 1% sales tax that you're already paying, so this would just be an extension of that, and that would be for projects that they are going to decide on today. Sydney Hood's in that meeting now. She's going to have more coming up all new tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock. A new data center in Columbia County is sparking some debate. Now, that center would go next to White Oak Business Park in Appling, but some people in that area don't want to see it go up there. Your Gunter Schroeder is going to bring us inside the issue. Again, that will be coming up later on this evening. A man is pleading guilty to killing his daughter's mother back in 2022. Authorities say Antar Jeter is facing 30 years in prison for murder and kidnapping in connection to the death of 46-year-old Crystal Jumper and the kidnapping of their 5-year-old daughter Aspen. On Thanksgiving Day in 2022, Crystal Jumper was found dead inside an Orangeburg home, and Aspen was reported missing. Investigators found her with Antar in Virginia. Antar was arrested and later extradited to South Carolina. Communities in South Carolina banding together in prayer. A state trooper is still in critical condition from an accident 2 days ago. Trooper Dennis Ricks was hit by a box truck on I-26 while conducting a traffic stop. In Columbia, a nonprofit raised more than $16,000 for his family. The driver accused of hitting him, Anthony Adelet, is charged with driving under the suspension. Bond is set at $647. We're back in 60 seconds. We have some updates out of the North Augusta City Council meeting from yesterday. The city's pound has been a point of discussion for months now. Mayor Britton Williams says on September 9th, a study session will address the pound and its future. He says the city's Facebook page will start posting pictures of dogs in the shelter up for adoption. That's something they've never done before. Williams says the changes come after listening to the community. And heads up for some people in McCormick County, a boil water advisory has now been lifted. The county put the advisory in place last week for the Shenandoah and Magnolia areas of Savannah Lakes Village. People in those areas were asked to boil their water because of a water main line break in Calhoun Falls. People in these areas do not need to boil their water anymore, and the county says if people are still experiencing discolored water, to contact the water department. That's going to do it for the news side of things this morning. Let's send it over now to First Alert meteorologist Tim Strong live in the studio for us with a check at our weather. Tim.
Well, Nick, one thing you're going to notice right away is the sun is beginning to come out of the clouds. We can get that on visible satellite imagery where you see the darker images. That's where some of the sky is beginning to clear up. But boy, is it muggy. That humidity just being pumped in from winds turning from the south. Now, earlier, a few hours ago, we had some flash flooding issues up there around parts of Saluda County up into near Columbia for a couple of hours. That was from a system that brought thunderstorms very early this morning right around the metro area. It's trailed off to the north. We don't have too bad of a picture outside as we look out of the camera network over the river into the downtown Augusta region. We are noticing the warm up. Yeah, temperatures are moving into the middle 80s. We're going to have 90-degree temperatures that start filling back in the gaps for the rest of the week. As far as any more activity in the rain department here, there's going to be a few isolated showers and thunderstorms that we may find in the area. But anywhere between the upper 80s and lower 90s are going to be widespread as we move through the afternoon. So today, tomorrow, the heating begins and will continue to remain consistent all the way through the end of the week. So don't put up the umbrella yet. Even though we don't have a lot of rain scheduled, there could be at any time really some heavy downpours for a short period of time. That summer planner is going to stay with us with 90s all the way through the weekend.